Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just driving up to my first meeting for the day. Excuse me. I really want to touch with you guys because I know a lot of you guys are doing your thing and you're grinding away. Some of you guys are working, some of you are working and doing a new project to work on your business and things like that. And I got good feedback from the last nugget that I gave you guys. But I wanted to shout out to give you a new idea of how to continuously go on because that's all it is about. Motivation is not something that you're just going to grab a hold and run with it and that's going to be it. No, motivation is something that you got to keep going continuously. Even myself, I don't feel like I want to do what I want to do every day, and therefore every day I have to motivate myself to go beyond, to continue on, because quite honestly I got so much going on that it's just overwhelming. Family problems, relationship problems, business problems. There's more problems than there are good things in life sometimes, and it gets emotionally. If you have passion for what you do, of course you're going to get emotionally drained. So therefore, motivation has its place, and the place is when you feel drained. Put on something that gives you a little pep me up. All right, so today is a lesson. It's just something to keep your mind on the prize, and also it helps those of you who might feel like I need a little bit more. What must I do? How can I do what I need to do? Well, let me talk to you in the context of Mother Nature. See, I'm a nature guy. I like to go camping and stuff. So, but anyway, if you were a seed, if you the individual is a seed, and being a seed, the only way for you to grow is to get in the dark. That's it. The only way for you to grow is to get in the dark. You have to be planted. So a seed has to be planted. The seed has to willfully put itself in the dark. And second of it, you have to willfully want to be alone. No one around you is expected to know what you want, know and be what you want to be. No, who cares about what you, right? And this is the mentality of your other people. Not to say that they don't love you. It's the idea is, who cares? This is your project. This is your thought. This is your desire. Do you. But in doing you, to grow, you have to do two things. You have to, one, put yourself in the dark, and two, you have to be alone. No one is there. Now, some of this is already, well, you guys already know this. But let me explain. There's a mentality of a person to get out of their comfort zone, to get into the dark, to put themselves in the dark. What does that mean? To put myself in the dark. That means you get up before everyone else and you work out and you take care of the family. You do what you need to do for your 9 to 5 job or however that looks. Then, after all of that done, you still take care of family. And then after family's taken care of in the evening time or the daytime, however that looks for you, then you go and get back to work on your next project or whatever you need to do as far as education, as far as things you need to do for you. So putting yourself in the dark is simply making up your mind that you're not going to hang out with people. You're not going to do anything that is not beneficial to who you are and where you're going. Okay. Now, in being saying that, if you're a seed and you put yourself in the dark and you're all alone. Now, a lot of you guys, you're already at that stage. The next step is not seeing the light. Of course not. The next stage is roots. You have to grow. Some of you, it's networking. Some of you, it's product research. Some of you, it's service, to learn how to have a better service and then grow your clientele. The next step is grow your roots. You have to grow your roots. And what does that mean? Everyone has a different root system because everyone is a different, let's call it seed type. Um, but you have to focus on that. It is not about the money. It is not about your friends. It's not about your family. It's not about boasting. It's about being quiet, being in the dark, being alone, and working on your craft, working on your skill, working on your product, working on your service. That is growing the roots. You have to do that. Now, once you do that, you still have the struggle. Your struggle is going from in the dirt out of the dirt. And so therefore you have to grow from in the dirt out of the dirt, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Why am I putting myself in the dirt to grow roots and then later having to struggle to get out of the dang dirt? And that's why a lot of people die. The projects die. I'm not saying they die. Well, let's talk about death also. Entrepreneurship is hard, emotionally hard, like I just mentioned. There is a lot of entrepreneurs who do commit suicide, and it is a big issue. Now, again, I'm not talking about that right now. I'm just letting you know it is an issue. It's there, and we understand what you're going through and how you're going through. So it is idiotic, but this is something you have to do now. Okay, like I was saying, it's idiotic going in the dirt, growing the roots, being alone, being in the dark, growing the roots, taking time, focusing on my product, my service, and not even knowing that it's going to grow. I'm going to grow, not even knowing that, hey, whatever I'm doing that is going to really blossom into what I want to be in my mind. Yes, in your mind, you are the seed. But that doesn't mean that what you're doing, putting yourself in the dark, making yourself alone, and the root system that you have, it doesn't mean anything, because now we have to talk about incubation period. Incubation period tells me that it's a timeline between the planting of the seed and the actual becoming of the seed, what it is. So if it's an apple seed, then how long does it take for it to be an apple? If it's a carrot seed, how long does it take for it to be a plant or called a carrot, and so on and so forth. Well, in your mind, if you say, I want to be rich, and you're poor, not to say you're poor, but you know what I mean. If you're poor and you're starting this process, the incubation period is the period that it takes from you to be where you're at, poor, to where you want to become, or what you should be becoming, because it's in your heart, it's in your mind, it's the DNA within you that says, I am better, I'm greater, I need to do this. And so therefore, the incubation period, we call it incubation, but in actuality, what it is just simply time plus work. So if you plant yourself in the dark, if you're alone, if you're working on your root system, whatever that looks like, you have to give it time and continue doing the work, incubation period, before you start reaching out of the dirt, which now I'm having to struggle the hell out of the dirt. But when I struggle out of the dirt, I will see the light. Now, guys, this is another teaching, but I'm just going to real quick give this to you. When you come out of the dirt, or let me back up. When you're in the dirt, there's an environment that is conducive for you not to grow. The ground could be too wet. Your relationship can be too stressed. People around you start passing away. The stress of it all is just too much. Okay. Now, when you come out of the dirt and you start seeing the light. Now, some of you guys, you're at that stage. You're coming out of the dirt. You understand that damn struggle I just talked about. And you're emotionally a wreck, but you have hope, better hope, because you're coming out of the dirt and you're seeing the sunlight. Well, again, guys, that's a new environment. It can be too hot. It can be too rainy. It can be nothing at all. It can be too cold. It has cycles and seasons and so on and so forth. Like I said, it's another teaching. So, guys, the first stage we talked about, be the seed. If you want to grow, the only way for you to grow, you have to go in the darkness. You have to be alone. You have to work on your root system. And then from that, don't ever think that you're doing enough for you. No, it comes when it comes. Incubation period, and then growth comes from that foundation into starting into you coming out and becoming what you're supposed to become, and that's digging out of the dirt, the darkness, into the light. All right, guys. So that's all I want to give you right now. I'm here actually sitting here in front of my next meeting. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing here. If you guys need me, or know somebody who might need me, have them sign up on the website. For the membership, there's a basic, and then there's the personal, where I'm actually doing what I'm doing now, going to my client's business, and we're going to sit down and I'm going to help him and show him how to take to where he's at now and take him to the next level. Anyway, so the areas that we talked about, as you see, sign up, be part of it. If you yourself has been lazy on calling me, call me. All right. If you think you got it, cool. I'm here for you guys. But hey, call me if you need me. Talk to you later, guys. Bye bye.